Good morning, everyone. I want to call the Drainage District Board of Directors meetings to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Good morning, David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Castillo, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. This constitutes a quorum of 5. Mr. Singh, would you please lead us in this morning's
Certainly
prayer?
will, Judge. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Good morning to everyone. Let us pray this morning. Father God, we ask you to continue to fill our cities, county, state, and national political leaders with wisdom, understanding, discernment, knowledge, forgiveness, faithfulness, humility, and dignity. We thank you for the men and women who serve our community in leadership roles and for their families as well, Father God. Grant them peace when their work takes them away from their families. We continue to pray for our judge and 4 commissioners that you've appointed to lead this great county of ours. Pray for our mayor, school board members, city councils, police chiefs, district attorney, sheriff, judges, and all who serve our local communities. Grant them abundant wisdom, favor, increase their faith, and prepare them to pursue your excellence. Strengthen them with integrity and character to act righteously. Draw them to you and cause them to know and fulfill your purposes. Continue to place people in their paths that will provide scriptural, sound, and godly counsel, for without your counsel, their plans will go awry. Provide them daily reminders of why they decided to dedicate their lives to public service, Father God, and use that commitment to encourage them. Deal with our leaders about keeping their hearts and motives pure. We ask you to make their hearts pliable, willing, and obedient to your will. Cause each of their lives to glorify your name. Father God, today we ask for your hand of peace and comfort over the family of Miss Rose Arce today as they mourn the passing of her mother, Father God. Lord Jesus, we believe that you are leading us and that when we go astray it's because we take our eyes off of you and cease to follow you. We know that you will never abandon us. Thank you for your unconditional and restoring love. We place all our trust in you, and we long to love you in return with all our mind, heart, and soul and strength. Lord Jesus, we want always to choose you, but we know that we are weak. Please give us strength today in our hour of temptation. Please help us stay steady and inflame our hearts with love so that we choose you and your ways even though it is costly. Lord Jesus, help us to be steadfast in moments of temptation. May the temptations we overcome become the stepping stones to a holy life. Scripture reminds us the more we seek you, the more we will find you. May we seek you in everything we do, and we always work as we're working for you. We ask this all in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Did anyone sign up for open forum, Butler?
Not under drainage, Judge.
Okay, we'll go to the consent agenda.
Yes, sir, Judge. Consent agenda, approval, check register, permits, general operations, everything that's been vetted by the ACDD1 team. There is some items, I think, that we may take out of order,
Yes, so if the board will take out of order the approval of consent agenda for Drainage District, agenda items 7A, 1, and 2, and then vote on the balance.
Motion to approve the balance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, for the record, consent agenda items 7A, 1, and 2 under Drainage District number 1. Commissioner Vidal will abstain from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show the Commissioner Vidal abstained from any action on this item.
Okay,
Give me a second, Judge. I think there may be,
there may be, yes.
yes. Another.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the Drainage District Board to
I believe item 6, 12.
yes, 6A 12. So, Counselor, I'm going to ask the board to rescind the approval of the consent agenda, the balance of the consent agenda.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And so with that being said, item 6A 12, 6A 12, for the record, Commissioner Vidal is abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Vidal abstain from any action or discussion on this item.
Right, and now I'm asking for the board to take action on 6A 12.
No.
Because I think
No,
we just-
because you took action on the balance.
No. They
No,
took
no.
action on 6A12.
6A12, they didn't take action on the
Now
balance.
we'll
Oh, I'm
take-
sorry, now
I'll
the
make a
balance.
motion to approve the balance of the agenda.
I'm sorry, got it backwards.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Valde.
What about 7A2?
Judge, if I may, general operations?
What do you have, Ellie?
No, I was asking if we had done 7A2.
Yes. Yes, sir?
5A?
Yes, sir. 5A, approval of resolution recognizing Allen County Drainage District Number 1 for their outstanding achievement in receiving the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting. So again, we're blessed to receive this award, and I just wanted to bring up our HCD Number 1 team. They're responsible for putting all this together, all these numbers, to get us to the point of getting this award. So I do have my Chief of Staff, Jaime, will read the resolution. Come on up. They're good. They're not going to buy or anything. They're good. They're great people. They're great people. So I'll turn over to Jaime.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Jaime Salazar for the record. As you can see, we don't let them out much. I'd like to introduce Ms. Laura Briones, our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Alvaro Chuk, and their team, Mr. Mark Garcia, Ms. Silvia Lozano, Ms. Jennifer, Millie, and Ms. Jasmine. I'm sorry, Jasmine, starting with the team here recently. I apologize for that. This morning, I'd like to read the resolution recognizing Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1, whereas Government Finance Association of the United States and Canada, GFOA, has awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting to Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 for its annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ended December 31, 2022. And whereas the report has been judged by an impartial panel to meet the high standards of the program, which includes demonstrating a constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story and motivate potential users and user groups to read the report. And whereas the Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by government and its management. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 Board of Directors hereby recognizes Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 for their outstanding achievement in receiving the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting for the fiscal year December 31, 2022.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners, for honoring us with this award. I don't think I could do it without this great staff that I have here behind me. Everyone is truly dedicated and cares about all the work that they do for us. I don't know what I'd do without them.
Well, we thank you for the fine words that you do, and I have a special love for accountants, by the way.
Yes.
Good with the numbers, yeah. Laura and her team do a great job, Judge, so. we
Thank
want to
you, Laura.
recognize them.
Congratulations
It's
again.
big for the drainage district, so if it would be okay, I know on time, can we get a picture with you? please?
I think we didn't vote.
We haven't voted yet?
It's okay. We'll do it when we get
Vote
back.
afterwards, no? Vote afterwards.
Is that okay? Okay.
Judge, I don't think we've taken action, but before I make the motion, I want to thank Laura and her team for every time we've gone out for bonds, the last 2018, 2023, we've been able to capitalize on very low interest rates because of, one, our credit rating, and then two, just great timing. So, but she's been an integral part of that team.
Yes, sir.
So thank you to you and your staff and all you guys do. And with that, I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Again, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Item
5B, sir, requesting approval to complete and submit a credit application to establish a district account with Central Power Systems and Service LLC for the acquisition of Doosan heavy equipment repair, parts, special attachments, supplies, and services, and authority of district general manager or designee to sign the credit application.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 5C, requesting approval of letter of support, City of Alamo, as it relates to the Alamo Storm Drainage Master Plan 2022 in relation to Project Area 4 and approval of Drainage District Number 1, General Manager, execute.
Thank you for doing this. Motion to approve.
Yes, sir.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
I think
carries.
it's great when we support cities, drainage overall, you know, we need to support each other, so that's good
Anywhere
stuff.
we can take advantage of monies that are available, that
Yes, sir.
don't come out of taxpayer dollars, it's
Yes, sir, for sure. Item D, voluntary annexation petition, requesting approval of order granting for annexation as it relates to Carmen Avila subdivision, tract number 33.13 acres out of tract 156, San Salvador del Tule Grant, Hidalgo County, Texas, according to the map plat thereof, recorded in volume 10, page 58 through 60, map records, Hidalgo County, Texas, and item number 2, tract number 2, 183.44 acres out of tract 156, San Salvador del Tule Grant, Hidalgo County, Texas, according to the map of plat thereof, recorded in volume 10, page 58 through 60, map records, Hidalgo County, Texas.
motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item E, voluntary annexation petition, requesting approval of granting, order granting for annexation, subject to legal and final review as it relates to 2.56 acres situated in the city of Peñitas, County, Hidalgo, Texas, said 2.56 acres being out of lot 5, Milencinos Commercial Park Unit Number 2, according to the plat thereof, recorded in volume 53, page 98, Hidalgo County, map records, Hidalgo County, Texas.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item F, acceptance or approval of all firms submitted statements of qualifications for the establishment of a pool for engagement on an as-needed basis per project by Dow County District Number 1, requiring said services as set forth in the requirements stated in the request for qualifications packed by the following list of professional services: engineering services, ACDD 124-00103-13JS, serving service, ACDD 124-00203-13ESZ, and item C, real estate appraisal service, ACDD 124-003-03-13AG. I believe Mr. Salazar is telling me we have to read the firms for the record, so he's going to go through it real quick.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. Jaime Salazar, for the record. This morning, I'll be reading these engineering firms that submitted for this year's pool. We have South Texas Infrastructure Group, Quintanilla Headley and Associates, LNG Consulting Engineers, Cobb Finley and Associates, Robert Kistner, Millennium Engineers Group, International Consulting Engineers, BTI Inc., J&R Engineering, Bettis Consulting Engineers, B2Z Engineering, DEC Engineering, Sheeb Consulting, Meldon and Hunt, R. Gutierrez, Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors, KCI Technologies, Javier Hinojosa Engineering, Terracon, GDJ Engineering, Supreme Engineering, Texas Infrastructure Development Group, Sames Inc., Guzman and Munoz, TEDSI Infrastructure Group, Half Associates, TriMat Consultants, Cruz Hogan Engineers, RRP Consulting, Consort Engineering, S2 Engineering, Izaire Engineering Group, and Rio Delta. Those were all the firms that submitted for HCDD 124-001-03-13JS, Professional Engineering Services. Now, for the record, I'll be reading in surveying services. For the firms that submitted this year is ROW Surveying Services, Quintanilla Headley and Associates, Kane Lindsay LLC, Meldon and Hunt, Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors, KCI Technologies, Sames, Guzman and Munoz, Half and Associates, S2 Engineering, Rio Delta Engineering, and R. Gutierrez Engineering. Those are all the firms that submitted for ACDD 12400200313 ESD Professional Surveying Services Pool. And the last pool accepted this morning is for real estate appraisal services. Those firms that submitted were RGV Appraisal Services, Garza and Associates, and Appraisal House. Those are all the firms submitted for ACDD 12400300313 AG.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
There was one with respect to, on that pool,
GDJ.
And our.
JDJ, GDJ,
An RFP?
an RFP. So out of an abundance of caution, Commissioner Villarreal won't be taking any action on that specific one.
So,
Second.
do we need to ratify anything?
You can rescind and redo the
Okay, I'll make a motion to rescind the action.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
But you need to.
With Commissioner abstaining.
With Commissioner Villarreal abstaining from any discussion or action on this item.
We good?
Okay. Thank you. Item G1, presentation of first responder RFP number ACDD 12400400313 MDB, Title Company Services Pool for the purpose of acceptance qualified by the ACD1 Board of Directors, Sierra Title, Hidalgo County, Inc., Amigo Title Company, and Valley Land Title Company, Ltd.
So move.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And pursuant to the board's approval, requesting authority of the Hidalgo County District Number 1 to negotiate a separate contract with each of the qualified proposers for the provision of title company services on call and needed basis for Hidalgo County District Number 1 projects.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. H1, requesting approval to accept bids and award construction contract for the lowest most responsive bidder, Econ Group LLC, in the amount of $6,242,330.15 for the project South Main Drain Channel Improvement Phase 2, 2023 bond project 3, RFP number ACDD 12400700306 ESC, as recommended project engineer, Mr. Saldua, from my office. Subject to legal review and compliance House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2, pursuant to Texas Logan Code 262031B, requesting authority and approval of drainage district manager to execute change orders that involve an increase or decrease in cost of $50,000 or less, and in no event to exceed the change order statutory limits. The original contract price amount to decrease by 18% or more by the consent of the contractor.
So move.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 6A, approval of application payment number 2 in the amount of $79,497 for Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract CCD 123-008-0404 ditch W0100 gate structure.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
If I may, sir, I'll cover 7. They're all payments. I'll just go through all
Go
of
ahead.
them. Okay. Thank you, sir. 7A, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 4 for the Veteran Engineering Service Agreement and the work authorization number 1 for the project Highway 2081 and FM 88, 2018 Bond Project 14, CACD 119-020-0423 with Cruz Hogan Consultants, Inc. to reflect the revised Exhibit D work schedule and the extended termination date of September 30, 2024, subject to final review and compliance with House Bill 1295. 7B, access and approval work session number 10 to provide geotechnical field and laboratory service in the total amount $33,910.88. Estimated BDC Engineering LLC for the East Mercedes 2018 Bond Referendum Project number 10A, contract number CACD 123-036-0725. 7C, requesting approval of Hidalgo County Irrigation District number 6 permits as it relates to project number 4, the 2018 Bond Referendum Project 4 Mile Road and Minnesota Road Drainage Improvement, and authority for the district manager to execute documents subject to final legal review. 7D, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 8-9 as it relates to project 23, the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Anaquitas Project, and authority of chairman board to execute documents. 7E, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 2337 as it relates to project 23, the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North, Texas Boulevard Project, and authority for chairman of the board to execute documents pending final legal review. 7F, 1, approval and acceptance at certificate of dispatch completion and certificate of construction completion for McAllen McAllen Multi-Service pertaining to construction contract CHD 123-033-0808 Rincon de Encinos. 7F2, approve application for number 7, retainage in the amount of $38,877.64 and $212.44 in interest from McAllen Multi-Service pertaining to construction contract CACD 12303308008 Rincon de Encinos. 7F3, approve application payment number 9 in the amount of $88,372.80 from RBM Contractors pending construction contract CACD 1220510-117 East Mercedes project. Item 4, approve application for number 7 in the amount of $84,517.99 from RBM Contractor pending construction contract CACD 1230410-0426 Mile 10 North and Baseline Road. 7F, 5, approve application number 4 in the amount of $91,710 from Morewell LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 122060129 South Ave Road project. Item 6, approve application for number 8 in the amount of $39,854.25 from Morewell LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 12203300712 South Lateral Drain Structure. 7, approve an acceptance of certificate of substantial completion and certificate of construction completion for Morewell LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 12203300712 South Lateral Drain Structure. And item 8, approve application payment number 9 in the retained amount of $198,672.81 and $648.77 interest from Morewell LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 12203300712 South Lateral Drain Structure. Everything's in order for approval of item 7.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Sir, we do have some closed session.
Okay. Pursuant to Chapter 551 Texas Government Code, will be retired to closed session to discuss items listed under closed sections 551.072, .074, .071. I have a motion to do so.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 9:52 a.m. Okay, we're back from closed session. I've got 11 minutes after 10. We do have some action items.
On item 9A, possible action on real estate acquisition, motion is needed to authorize Mr. Sassoon to proceed as discussed in the closed meeting.
Motion made.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
For item 9B, under the HCBD 1 versus Thomas Mendez, action is needed to authorize resolution under the terms discussed in the closed session, authorize execution or issuance of the check, and authorize the judge and Mr. Sassoon to execute all resolution paperwork.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
I believe that concludes all our agenda items. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Now I would like to call the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eric Cantu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. That constitutes a quorum of 5. Today we're honored to have U.S. Marine Jason Rivera, who received the rank of corporal, serving from 2008 to 2011 as a Marine, and he works as Hidalgo County Constable Precinct Number 1. Will lead us in today's Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty for all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you
Judge.
for your
Thank you,
service.
Commissioner.
We're also honored to have the very Honorable Alita Leo. She is our County Treasurer. They'll lead us in today's prayer. Alita? Then you all check the.
I think it might be a volume deal.
Judge, if I may,
Please.
if we could bow our heads, please.
Oh,
There she is.
There she is.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I forgot to turn on the video. I apologize. Okay. Lord, I pray for our country and I pray for those in authority. Please guide our local, state, and national leaders and bless them with your divine wisdom so that they can make decisions with understanding and humility. Guide our thoughts and our actions as we strive to align our goals with your divine purpose. We place our trust in you, O Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Lita.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have the approval of the consent agenda.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. With your permission, I'd like to pull from consent agenda items 6B, 7A 1 and 2, 13E1, and 13C4.
Motion to approve the balance of the agenda.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
And so, Judge Commissioners, for the record, item 6B, I'd like to make a correction. The correction with respect to the invoice submitted is for McGriff Insurance Services LLC. The correction is McGriff Insurance Services LLC.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, consent agenda items 7A 1 and 2. Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any action or discussion on this matter. Thank you.
And 13E1 and 13C4. Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Villarreal abstained from any action or discussion of this items.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners.
Okay, we're going next to the approval of awards and recognitions. We have a proclamation.
Judge, can you skip 5A for now? We're trying to get here, so if you go to 5B.
Okay, we'll go to 5B. Honor and Harvest Christian Academy.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Dr. Jennifer Mendoza Culbertson, representing Precinct 4, Commissioner Eli Torres. Agenda item 94566. Proclamation congratulating the Harvest Christian Academy Basketball Lady Eagles on winning the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools 1A State Championship. Whereas Harvest Christian Academy is an educational institution located in Edinburgh, Texas, and provides a Christ-centered and dynamic educational environment and equips students to develop character, demonstrate confidence, and discover their purpose. And whereas along with striving for educational excellence, Harvest Christian Academy also provides and promotes state programs and extracurricular activities for their students. And whereas during the 2023-2024 basketball season, the Harvest Christian Academy Mighty Lady Eagles basketball team compiled a record of 42 victories and only 1 loss, competing against public and private schools in Division 4A, 5A, and 6A schools. And whereas with this record, the Lady Eagles advanced into the Texas Association of Private Schools TAPPS state playoffs, where they won by district, regionals, and semifinal games, sending them to the finals hosted in Robinson, Texas. And whereas on February 29th, 2024, the Lady Eagles squared off against Texoma Christian School Sherman for the state title. The Lady Eagles dominated throughout the championship game and won by a score of 78-27. With this victory, the Lady Eagles became back-to-back state champions. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court congratulates the Harvest Christian Academy Mighty Lady Eagles basketball team on winning back-to-back TAPPS 1A state championship titles and applauds them for becoming the first school to bring 2 state championships to the Rio Grande Valley. Requesting approval.
Motion made. Motion made.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
With us today to say a few words, we have Mr. Jaime Gonzalez, head coach, and Ashley Gonzalez, senior and team captain, along with many supporters here with them today. They will speak on behalf of the team.
I think the secret's the Chuck Taylors, man. They're all wearing Chuck Taylor high tops.
Well, good morning, County Judge and Commissioners. It's an honor to be here this morning. Thank you for this opportunity and acknowledging the girls. We believe God's given us two things, and that's the opportunity and ability. And these girls have maximized this the last couple of years. And I want to say I'm really proud of them for the way they conducted themselves. We always stress that we represent God, we represent our families, we represent our school, we represent our city, and we represent this county and the Rio Grande Valley. And before the last 2 years, we go up north, and people would say, where are you guys from? We say, we're South Texas. And they're like, San Antonio? I said, no, South. We're South.
The real South Texas.
Yes, sir, the real South Texas. And I'm proud to say that the last couple of years, we don't have to explain where we're from. They know where we're from. And all over Texas, people know Harvest Christian Academy. And they know the Rio Grande Valley. And just, it is an honor. I truly mean it when I say that these girls not only represent their school, but we've done the very best to represent all of you up there in the whole Rio Grande Valley. So again, thank you for this opportunity.
Good morning. First off, I'd like to thank God for giving us the ability to play this sport. All the glory goes to Him for this remarkable season we had. I would also like to thank to all of my teammates, coaches, family, and all the Rio Grande Valley for the support we had. It truly means a lot. Not only did we win for another state title for Harvest Christian, but we also won it for the Valley.
That was truly a slam dunk, wasn't it?
Dr. Culbertson.
Three, 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Hold on.
Next, we have a resolution supporting Social Work Month. Don't be shy, come on.
morning, Judge and Commissioners. Kimberly Cruz presenting resolution supporting Social Work Month and Social Work Day on March 19, 2024. Whereas the social work profession has been dedicated to improving human well-being and enhancing the basic needs of all people, especially the most vulnerable among us. And whereas the National Association of Social Workers, NASW, was founded in 1955 and is the largest organization of professional social workers in the world, with over 155,000 members in 55 chapters. And whereas the Texas NASW chapter has nearly 6,000 members and is a major professional social work organization in the state. And whereas the Lower Rio Grande Valley branch of NASW/Texas includes members from Hidalgo, Cameron, Starr, and Willacy counties, and collaborates with the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and South Texas College social work departments. And whereas the NASW members work in a broad range of settings, including hospitals and other healthcare settings, community agencies, government, academia, businesses, nursing homes, schools, and private practice. And whereas social workers are leaders in creating and implementing public policies that improve health and well-being, strengthen the social fabric, and ensure a more just society. And whereas social workers serve in all levels of government, including the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office Victims Unit, where there are 9 social workers currently assisting in that office. And whereas the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office and the Lower Rio Grande Valley branch of NASW recognize the great contributions made by social workers throughout history, support the ideals of Social Work Month, and invite the community to join the worldwide celebration of Social Work Day on March 19, 2024. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court, the diligent efforts of individuals and groups who promote the importance of social work and recognizes with gratitude the contributions of the millions of social workers who have advanced individual, family, and community well-being since the founding of the social work profession more than a century ago. Seeking approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
From the DA's office, Ms. Rosie Martinez will now say a few words.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners, for your continued support. Today, we celebrate World Social Work Day. So our little effort here in Hidalgo County will be recognized worldwide of the tremendous work that our social workers do here in our community. Most of the social workers in our area have to deal with a lot of barriers in our community to be able to help those in need. So we rely heavily, our office rely heavily on the social workers that are out in our community to be able to assist those families that come through our office. So we want to thank all of them for the tremendous work that they do, and we appreciate everything that they do for our communities and our families in need here in our county. So I'm going to pass it down to Ms. Bonnie Solis from the NASW LRUDC chapter.
Hello. Thank you so much for giving us this time and appreciation to Social Work Day and Social Work Month this March. I just want to speak on behalf of what we do as social workers. Our education goes as little as taking 4 years to as much as 10 years, and that is only our education. As far as that contributes to practitioner hours, doing an internship of over 3,000 hours, doing a rigorous exam to get your LMSW, and also another 3,000 hours and another 4-hour exam for the clinical license. And that's something in order to provide services as a counselor, in order to be an advocate for the community. And as social workers, we serve the community from birth. We're in the hospital making sure that this child is in a loving home and that they're going to be supported to end of life, making sure that all of these challenging parts of life, that we're part of making that a little bit easier, making sure that all the resources are being provided. We carry many titles. Many of us are out here as educators, as advocates, and we really appreciate the time that you take to honor the work that we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much.
left.
Squeeze it up over there.
There we go, thank you. Pepe first.
Ready? There you go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
And the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Got it, thank you.
Okay, next we have the World Down Syndrome Day. We always have some beautiful ladies join us today. Hi, beautiful.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Olivia Gomez, Deputy Chief of Staff for County Commissioner Eddie Cantu. Item 5A, approval of proclamation recognizing March 21st, 2024 as World Down Syndrome Day. At this time, I'm going to bring Ms. Deborah Tamai up to read the proclamation. She is the Executive Director for the Rio Grande Valley Down Syndrome Association.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners, for having us. The proclamation for 3/21 World Down Syndrome Day. Whereas World Down Syndrome Day is a global awareness initiative by the United Nations Convention that recognizes the meaningful contributions of individuals with Down syndrome who are deserving of equal rights and opportunities to participate in society, and whereas individuals born with Down syndrome are gifted with an extra or third copy of the 21st chromosome, and whereas Down syndrome occurs naturally, there is no known cause, and whereas the World Down Syndrome Day theme in 2024 is End the Stereotypes, which advocates for showing the world that everyone is different and has something unique to contribute. And whereas Hidalgo County is inspired by the spirit and exuberant joy with which these treasured Americans live every day, and whereas Hidalgo County Precinct 2 supports and advocates for an inclusive county, one where all citizens, including those with Down syndrome, are embraced in schools, workplaces, and communities, one where discrimination can no longer cast a shadow of inequality. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby proclaims March 21st as World Down Syndrome Day and encourages community leaders and businesses to work with individuals with Down syndrome. Approved this 19th day of March, 2024.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And again, congratulations.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Viva Selena has a few words to say as well.
I say thank you. I'm so happy here. I'm right here. And you are so much. What you call me? Go eat. I love you guys. That's you.
Love you too.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, I think before we go to open forum, let's do 8A, Head Start.
After that, 24C. 24C after that. Okay.
Proclamation honoring Adelita Figueroa Munoz. Whereas the County of Hidalgo and the Hidalgo County Head Start program celebrates the remarkable public service life of Adelita Figueroa Munoz. And whereas Adelita Figueroa Munoz, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Octavio Figueroa, was born in Alice, Texas. She was married to Jesus Jesse Munoz for 53 years before he passed away in 2021. They have 3 children, Michael, Jorge, and Becky. She is also blessed to have 4 granddaughters, Ellie, Natalie, Michaela, and Maddie. And whereas Adelita Figueroa Munoz graduated with a bachelor's degree in Family and Consumer Science and a master's degree in counseling from Pan American University in Edinburgh, Texas. And whereas Ms. Figueroa Munoz, having worked as an extension agent with Texas A&M for 43 years, received many awards for superior service, including a national recognition by the U.S. Congress, presented by U.S. Congressman Henry Cuellar, and a state recognition by the Texas State Senate, presented by Senator Juan Chuy Hinojosa. Upon her retirement from Texas A&M, she was awarded emeritus status, the first Hispanic woman to be awarded that honor. And whereas Ms. Figueroa Munoz has served on many charitable, nonprofit, and secular organizations, such as the Hispanic Women's Network of Texas, the Expanded Food and Nutrition Advisory Committee, the Texas State Drug Abuse Prevention Committee, the Texas State Indigent Health Committee, the Catholic Churches Guadalupanas Association, the First Catholic Church Acts Corps in McAllen, and the Hidalgo County Head Start Policy Council. And whereas Ms. Figueroa Munoz has dedicated her entire professional and personal life to helping those less fortunate and is always willing to serve others and seldom seeks recognition or personal acclaim, but exemplifies the values of love, humility, and charity. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby congratulate Adelita Figueroa Munoz in recognition of her lifelong work and dedication on behalf of the tens of thousands of children and adults and her success in raising a beautiful family. Seeking approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
To say a few words, Ms. Irma Peña.
You're not going to let her quit, are you?
Judge, Commissioners, it is certainly my honor to be the one person that is going to be that person to talk a little bit more about Miss Adelita. I think we all know her as Miss Adelita. Adelita obviously has an enormous amount of support through the community, but it is truly because of what she has given to this community. The Head Start program She has worked with Head Start for actually more than 30 years, back into the 80s, when the Head Start program did not have a registered dietitian, and she was working with Extension. She came aboard and said, I will go ahead and sign your special diets, your menus. She provided counseling to many Head Start families, and always being a member of the Head Start Advisory Committee. The Policy Council, as you know, is a shared governance with the Commissioners Court, and members of that particular board can only serve for 5 years lifetime. Her very first year, she started in 1994, and then lately, Commissioner Torres appointed her to do her final years with the Hidalgo County Head Start program. But I do want to say this. For those of us that know her and know her well, and I think all of you know her in the Commissioner's Court, we all know that she serves with faith. And I would like to read, Adelita lives by her faith. And quoting Peter, if anyone serves, they should do so with the strength that God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. She has always lived by faith. It is my honor, along with the Head Start community and her family, and many, many, many of her family and friends that are here. And I would like to recognize and ask them to come forward. Her son Jorge is here, her daughter Becky, and her granddaughter. And if they can, please come on forward. And she's got many friends and many family members, and I know that I want to give her an opportunity to say some words to this court. Ms. Adelita.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a very humbling experience to accept this, because it's like getting something for when you're having a lot of fun and enjoying it, and then I'm being recognized. Honorable Richard Cortez and distinguished commissioners, thank you for the opportunity. Commissioner Ellie, thank you for believing in me and appointing me to the Policy Council. The Policy Council is a very challenging job, a very challenging position, but I always prayed and kept in mind that whatever vote I was taking was for the children and families of Hidalgo County. I'd like to thank my family from Holy Spirit Parish, the deacon that is here. I'd like to thank the Guadalupanas, my great sisters, Hispanic Women's Network, and the core group of ACTS, because every one of them have empowered me to help others. And I believe that all the people that are here, my friends and family, everyone has touched my life by encouraging me to help others. And I give thanks to the Lord for blessing me with the energy, the passion to motivate, empower, encourage, and just help others make the best better. Thank you so much for your support. And to all my friends and family that is here, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I believe the party continues. Thank you.
She's still part of the
don't move, please. And when the people from the Head Start are here, please come forward and then take a picture. No, go ahead. Take one more. Everybody that wants to be in the picture, come forward, please.
Thank you.
We're good?
It looks good, but you was cutting the feet. Yeah. And I know they told you not to show feet, right?
Yeah, but let's go ahead and take your other item. Commissioner, you have an appointment to make?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Item 8B, we're requesting approval for the appointment of Community Representative Rene Torres for Eli Torres County Commissioner Precinct 4 to serve on the Hidalgo County Head Start program, and obviously very big shoes to fill, but we're very excited. And again, on behalf of the entire Head Start community, thank you for recognizing Ms. Adelita Munoz that has served not only thousands, but tens of thousands of children and families. So requesting approval for appointment.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to item 24C.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Olivia Gomez with Commissioner Cantu's office. What a beautiful morning honoring God throughout all of these items. And today, and this item is no different. It's no coincidence that today's gospel is about St. Joseph being told that he would be the foster father of our Lord Jesus Christ. And so item 24C, foster angels, one, discussion, consideration, and action regarding funding request in the amount of $25,000 for the foster angels of South Texas. 2, discussion, consideration, and action on declaration of support to the foster angels of South Texas. This morning, I'm joined by the Rio Grande Valley Director, Ms. Lucianne Woltoff. She is the Rio Grande Valley Director for Foster Angels, and we also have Mr. Leroy Berrones Soto. He is a former foster child and recipient of the Foster Angels program. So she's going to discuss a little bit about what they do.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Again, my name is Lucianne Woltoff. I'm the Rio Grande Valley Director for Foster Angels of South Texas. We've been covering the Valley for over 25 years. We've helped over close to 2,300 children in the last year. Right here in Hidalgo County, we helped 546 of our foster children. We provide basic needs and life-enhancing experiences for kids that are placed in foster care here in Hidalgo County. Again, we can't do it without the support of our community and our partners. And again, I want to introduce to you Leroy. He's one of our recipients. We've been helping him since he was 11. And now he's one of our success stories right here in Hidalgo County.
Good morning, Commissioners, Judge. I'm one of the recipients of Foster Angels. Like Lucianne said, I was in foster care when I was 10 years old, and they've been supporting me since then until the end of when I got my second master's just like a few years ago. Foster Angels has really molded my life in a different way, where instead of me ending homeless or not getting an education, I was able to be one of those success stories. And with this donation, we're going to be able to support more youth like myself. Like you might know, only 3% of us nationwide may be able to make it with any kind of degree or any kind of support. So we're very appreciative, and thank you for being a foster angel.
Thank you.
So I'm not sure if y'all heard that statistic. Less than 3% of foster children will go on and obtain any type of degree. And so Leroy is one of the 3%. And so we're really excited that he's advocating for foster angels. 24C3, approval to authorize county treasurer to issue check in the amount of $25,000 to the foster angels of South Texas after review and processing procedures are completed by the county auditor.
And because of all the hard work y'all do, I make a motion to approve 24C 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, and thank you very much for all that. Next, we're going to open forum.
Can we do one more, Judge?
Yes, Judge,
Before we go?
one more.
9B, we have Luis Diaz from the
9B,
RGV
okay, I'm sorry,
MPO
9B.
here to present something.
Before Fern gets mad at us.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Luis Diaz, I'm Interim Director for the RGV MPO, and I have with me as well Ms. Alma Provencio from staff. What we're here to present today is the 2023 Thoroughfare Plan amendments. We had a resolution that was approved by our policy board, which is Resolution 2024-06, and that lists all the amendments for the region. So what the Thoroughfare Plan is, it's a listing and a collection of all the right-of-way designations for roadways within the region. So we do this on an annual basis. So we come every August and do this and ask all local governments to provide us updates on all right-of-way, either existing, planned, or expansions throughout the region. So we're asking for concurrence on the resolution that was passed by our board. Moving forward, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Ms. Alma Provencio to present the amendments.
Good morning, Alma Provencio, JS Specialist at RGV MPO. So during the 2023 Thoroughfare Amendment process, there were a total of 15 amendments that were submitted of all 3 counties. 11 of those belong to Hidalgo County, and they were submitted by City of Alton, City of Edinburgh, HCRMA, Hidalgo County Precincts 1 and 4. This plan will also be presented at Starr and Cameron Commissioner Courts, and then pending approval from them, we will move forward with including all of these amendments into our UMAP, which is our interactive online map. So we're seeking concurrence from you all so we can proceed with those changes.
Make a motion to approve, Judge.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Before you leave, Luis, just real quick, one of the things that Judge and I talked about a little earlier was asking the MPO to come do a quarterly update with us.
Okay, definitely.
So if you could add that to your calendar and we can coordinate that
Okay.
through you and I, and we'll get you on the agenda. So
Sounds
just
good.
plan for that. Maybe
For
just
sure.
give us anything that's forthcoming, any other major projects or decisions that would be presented at the MPO policy board.
Definitely.
Anything
Sounds
else,
good.
Judge?
Thank you very much. I think
Thank
that
you.
would be very helpful to keep us all informed.
Alrighty, sounds good. So we'll be here more often then. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you.
Okay? Should we go to open forum now?
Yes, sir. Judge Commissioners, we do have one participant under open forum. Before we start, I'd like to remind the public that they're always welcome to participate in public forum. They need to be familiar with the rules of decorum, which prohibit direct and indirect personal attacks on members of the court or any county individuals. The comments made should also pertain to county business and cannot be threatening in nature. Our participant is Ms. Fern McClarity. Ms. McClarity, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Well, I really don't have much to put in open forum today. I have 7 agenda items I have a question on. Also, I mentioned here a few meetings ago about why we were only using the Monitor. They only put out, I believe, 2 papers a week, maybe. I'm not sure. I have yet to find it. But the Advance News Journal, one more time, I have no connection with this other than that I get it. It is paper. I really like to have paper when I'm reading something. And I did ask, and they told me not only are they valley-wide, they're statewide. So I would like y'all to consider putting some of the ads and things, that bids or whatever, because I know that a lot of the cities, it's here if you would like to see. And just check on that if you would. I'd like to see more different. We're running out of papers. There's not many. Edinburgh's is gone. The Monitor is going down, but I wished you would check on that. And today, like I said, I have 7 agenda items, and the person that called me, they said, looks like to us, they meet or they call on the phone, they have their discussion before Commissioner's Court. And I said, that's against the law. I told him, Valdi, I said, no. I said, they're doing it here. But their question was, and mine too, you make the motion, you second it, and most of the time there's no discussion. So that's where they're getting the idea that y'all are doing something behind the scenes. And I said, no, I don't really know why. There's not more discussion about what you're, because it is our money, the taxpayers of Hidalgo County. Everything that y'all okay, it comes out of your pocket because y'all own little. But the majority, all the people that live in Hidalgo County, a lot of them are hurting bad. And so I tried to stand up for y'all too. So if you once in a while when you're spending big bucks, explain what it is. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We have no other participants.
Okay, we're going to go item 7A, discussion of the presentation and acceptance of the broadband feasibility study.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Juan Gonzalez for the record. Item 7A, discussion, consideration, and action on presentation and acceptance of the broadband feasibility study by Cobb Henley and Associates. Hidalgo County contracted the Cobb Henley to provide a broadband study and expansion referred as the Broadband Feasibility Study. The study focused on bridging the digital divide within Hidalgo County with special attention to areas of the county that are unincorporated, underserved, or unserved by the internet connectivity. They did come up with 3 recommendations that, if considered, in the future will have to be brought to the court for approval. First is publish a request of proposals to identify an internet service provider for potential public-private partnership. The second one is work with local ISPs to promote existing coverage, future plans, as well as digital literacy education. And the third one is to apply for a competitive funding source of implementation. Seeking approval for the study.
Judge, Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarity on item 7A.
Yes, my question on this one, the people wanted to know was, because there was no backup on the computer. We didn't get to look at this. It wasn't there. Nothing was there but this one little sheet of paper. And it shows this $330,466.75. And they just wondered, who gets this? I mean, he just said in a certain area, but when will y'all be letting the public know where you're talking about putting this?
This study was to let us know what the needs were for broadband. It was reported individually to each one of the commissioners and myself, and we're going to be going out for a request for proposals, I believe, in the next meeting for us to determine what kind of funding is available.
Correct.
To us, and we're going to pick the best entity to help us do that in accordance with the recommendations.
If I may add, Judge, right now there's a lot of money coming from the federal and state government, so we're just positioning ourselves to try to take advantage of that money to be able to get a better internet out into the rural areas. And so there's a lot of money, and so we just want to be ready for it.
And the study was paid for by ARPA funds, which was one of the eligible expenditures for us to be able to make. We thought that would be good use for it.
That's correct.
Thank you.
And I believe if you don't do the study, we're not able to qualify for
Correct.
that money that's out there. So the study needs to be done in order to be able to show the federal government or state government that we are qualified to receive that funding to
Correct.
be able to help our residents.
All right, thank you.
And I believe that we actually have to go through an ISP in order to be able to get these funds.
And I believe the study is attached to the...
It wouldn't, not for last, because this is all that popped up. I tried to look and there was nothing that I could see.
It should be there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Seeking approval on the study.
Second.
Well, I don't know. Can we put something like that for public before we approve it, or is that permissible? Because I don't know if that was a legal issue.
It's attached, Judge, and you can approve it at the acceptance of the study.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Item 9A, Executive Office.
Judge, Commissioners, I have, there is no action on item 9A 1, 2, and 3.
We'll go to item 10A. District Attorney's Office.
Good morning, Judge Cortez, Commissioners, Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 10A, Hidalgo County DA's Office Region 3 Border Prosecution Grant. We're asking for approval to submit a BPU grant number 2537811, budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sheriff's Office, 11A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Oscar
Morning, Mayor.
Montoya here on behalf of Sheriff J. Eddie Guerra. We're here for item 11A. We're asking for authorization and approval for the interlocal agreement for the 911 Public Safety Answering Point, the PSAP, service between the Lower Grande Development Council and Hidalgo County. And item 2, authorization for Hidalgo County Sheriff to sign.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 11B, we have the Sheriff FYI 2021 Operation Stowe Garden, authorization to approve grant adjustment for extension for FY 2021 Operation Stone Garden, and item B2, authorization for Judge Cortez to certify adjustment on e-grants.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
For item 11C, we're asking for authorization for Sheriff's Operation Stone Garden Grant FY23. That's the newest one. And we're asking for authorization approval to accept grant award from the Office of the Governor and Homeland Security Grants Division in relation to FY 2023, which is from 3/01/24 through 2/28/25. Operation Stone Garden Grant in the amount of $2,033,055 with the authority for county judge as authorized official to accept the award. And then along the same lines, item C2, authorization to pay overtime reimbursable under the grant terms and condition. And C3, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the FY 2023 Operation Stone Garden Grant in the amount of $2,033,055 and appropriation of same.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 11D, Sheriff's Office FY 2023 SCAP Grant Appropriations, approval of appropriation and certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the FY 2023 SCAP Grant in the amount of $1,011,901 from the total award amount of $1,011,901 for the Hidalgo County Jail.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 11E, and Sheriff's Office FY 2022 SCAP Grant Appropriation. Again, we're seeking approval of partial appropriation and certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for FY 2022 SCAP Grant in the amount of $661,208 from a total award of $911,208.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 11F, Sheriff's Office Catalytic Converter Crime Prevention Grant FY 24 application. As you all know, there's a lot of problems with stealing of catalytic converters and also vehicles. We're asking for item 1, ratification of authorization and approval to apply for FY 24 Catalytic Converter Crime Prevention Grant with the Texas Department of Motor Vehicle. Item F2, with your permission, is authorization approval for the county judge as the authorized official to certify and e-sign the application from and related documents under grant application. And F3, approval of resolution for FY24 catalytic converter crime prevention grant.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 11G, the jail commissary. We're asking for approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and budget appropriation in the amount of $352,962 for the year 2024, and this is for salaries and fringe benefits for the first and second quarter.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then the final item, Judge, Commissioners, 11H, also jail commissary. We're asking for approval of appropriations of funds in the amount of $3,500. That's for a refrigerator for commissary.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Judge, Commissioners, God bless you all, and thank you.
Item 12A, Community Service Agency, Mr. Longoria.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Item 12A is discussion, consideration, and possible action to execute a memo of understanding with the Panhandle Community Services, Inc., a community action agency for the use of the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency equipment to be utilized as a result of the Panhandle ongoing wildfire disaster declared as an emergency in their service area, subject to legal approval. Judge, Commissioners, this is very much in the tradition of what we were able to do during Hurricane Harvey. Panhandle Community Services Executive Director Maggie York has reached out to us and asked us to consider allowing her the use of our mobile unit and some of the other equipment that's in that so that they can provide services across the literally thousands of miles that have been affected by the wildfires in the Panhandle. So we're asking for consideration of this.
Can you all
memorandum.
understand?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you,
Thank you,
Commissioner.
Jaime.
Thank you.
Item 13A, Constable Precinct 1.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Deputy Jason Rivera on behalf of Constable Celestino Avila. Agenda item 94555, approval to reverse action item number 3 as approved by Commissioners Court on 2/6/2024, action item 94032 for FY 2024 ICE overtime agreement. And 2, approval for certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for FY 2024 ICE overtime agreement in the amount of $15,000 and appropriation of the same.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners.
Item 14A, Constable Precinct 2.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Fernando Aidan for Constable Martin Cantu with 2 items to present. First, 14A, AI 94626, authorization to approve grant adjustment for an extension for FY 2021 Operation Stone Garden, and authorization for Judge Cortez to certify a judgment on E-grants.
So move. So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Second item, AI 94560, we're requesting no action taken at this time.
I have a motion? No, there's no action.
No action.
It's okay. On item 15, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item 15A, Constable Precinct 3.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I am Deputy Chief Jerry Simona on behalf of Larry Gallardo, Constable Precinct 3. Under 15A, we are asking approval to rescind action taken by the County Court on March 5th, 2024 regarding appropriation of auction proceeds due to incorrect appropriation form. And to approve the approval of certification of revenues as certified by the County Auditor for revenues received from auction proceeds in the amount of $2,611.74 and appropriation of the same.
Okay, let's go back to item 15A1. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 15A2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, under 15B, we're asking for approval for the certification of revenues as certified by the County Auditor in the amount of $3,372.76 for the 2024 Peace Officer Allocation LEOSE funds awarded and received from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 16A, Constable Precinct 4.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. 16A, A194559, one authorization approval to apply for a fiscal year 2023 Operation Stone Garden Grant, OPSG, with the Office of the Governor, Homeland Security Grants Division, through the E-Grants for period of March 1st, 2024 through February 28, 2025. A2, approval of resolution for fiscal year 2023 Operation Stone Garden Grant, OPSG, to designate County Judge Richard Cortez in grantee's authorized official with authority for a county judge to execute the resolution. 16.3, authorization for county judge as authorized official to e-sign application and all related documents under e-grants.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16B, A194564, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $1,621.15 for the 2024 Peace Officer Allocation LEOS Fund awarded and received from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts in the appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16C, A194402, Constable Precinct 4, Chapter 59, approval of 2024 appropriation of fund balance for Constable Precinct 4, Chapter 59 in the amount of $200,000.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16D, A194313, requesting authorization approval to reimburse Deputy Alfonso Fuentes in the amount of $55 for the National Narcotic Detector Dog Association membership fees incurred with authority for County Treasurer to issue payment after review, audit, and processing procedures are completed by the County Auditor.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16E, A1-94403, requesting authorization approved for County Treasurer to process payment for psychological evaluation services for law enforcement in the amount of $325 for Communications Officer Leslie Ann Agado after auditing procedures are completed by the County Auditor. Communications Officer Agado paid for the psychological evaluation out of pocket as required by the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement for her current assignment.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I've got, Judge. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Human Resources, item 17A, Ms. Reina.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. Erika Reina for the Department of Human Resources. Item 17A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable for the personnel items listed. I need action on item number 3, the budget amendment policy, personnel related amendments.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 17B for the Sheriff's Office, approve the following personnel actions effective April 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. The action is to extend slots 0001 through 0005, certified medical assistants at grade 7. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 17C for Precinct 2, approval to create the 6 temporary part-time positions beginning May 20th, 2024 through August 13, 2024. This is to create slot T069, a head lifeguard at a $15 hourly rate, slots T070 through T072 lifeguards at a $13 per hour rate, and slots T073 through T074 attendants at the same rate. I do recommend approval.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Ms. Reina?
Yes.
Judge, Commissioners, we do have a public participation form on the next agenda, item 17D, from Ms. Fern McClarity.
We were just wondering on this one, trying to find it, what it says, health says COVID IMM. Is that the vaccine round 4 is our question?
It is the immunization grant, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I was wondering if the county, because I've had several people call me about the danger of the vaccine. Does the county or the health department or anyone check on that for the public?
Yes, ma'am, they do.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Ms. Reina.
Okay, item 17D for the Health Department, approve the following personnel actions effective next full pay period, March 25th, 2024. The action is to create slot 0019, registered nurse 3, grade 15, slot 0020 through 0021, immunization specialist at a grade 6, slot 0022, a billing specialist 2 at a grade 5, slot 0023, a clerk 3 at a grade 5, and slots 0024 through 0025, a clerk 2 at a grade 3. I do recommend approval.
So moved. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Item 17E for the District Attorney's Office, approval of the following action effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. This is to create slot 0240, a legal assistant 5 at a grade 14. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
And item 17F for Executive Office, approval of the following action effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. The action is to create slot 0017 and accountant 4 at a grade 14. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
Item 18, Urban County.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Nelly Flores presenting for Urban County Program. Item 18A, requesting consideration and action to award and enter into a construction contract with Mataji Construction, Inc., the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $400,626.16, utilizing CDBG fiscal year 34 through 35 at Couch Parks Recreational Facility Improvement Funds.
So moved. Second. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries.
18B, requesting consideration and action to award and enter into a construction contract with the 5125 company, the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $555, utilizing CDBG fiscal year 34 through 36 Hidalgo Flood Drainage Improvement Funds.
So moved. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
18C, requesting consideration and action to award and enter into a construction contract with NM Contracting LLC, the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $738,206.35, utilizing CDBG fiscal year 31 through 35 La Jolla Water and Sewer Improvement Funds.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
18D, discussion, consideration, and action approving application for 2018 and 2019 Hidalgo County Palm View Lateral Project for Precinct 3 with authority for County Judge Richard Cortez to sign any and all documents related to the application.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
One final item, 18E, requesting approval of a best and final negotiated contract for professional architect services with Midland Architectural Services, PLLC, in the amount of $26,755.51, utilizing CDBG year 36 City of Elsa Public Facility Improvements funding and approval of work authorization number 1.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 19A, Emergency Management.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Ricardo Saldaña, Emergency Management Coordinator, County Judge's Office. Approval and appointment of the Hidalgo County Emergency Planning Committee Board, authorized for the County Judge Richard F. Cortez to sign the local Emergency Planning Committee membership update form for the State Emergency Response Commission, TEDM Operations Section.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Item 28, Veteran Services.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Samuel Perez Jr., Veteran Service Officer for Hidalgo County. Requesting approval to accept the grant budget amendment as approved by the granting agency for the fiscal year 2024 Texas Veterans Commission Funds for Veteran Assistance Grant. This additional funds will help provide veterans and/or surviving spouses with financial assistance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Auditor's Office, 21A.
Ms.
Good
Letby,
morning.
Ms. Chavez, Judge Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarity on agenda item 21A.
I was looking at the backup because someone called and I said, I can't tell what it is. I show 15,935,525.06. There's quite a few numbers there. Can someone tell us, is it the 6,706,000 or the 15 million? It was kind of confusing, so I thought I would ask.
It's a pro rata share throughout the state. Ms. Chavez, do you know what or do you have that figure that pertains to Hidalgo County? I know that you're required from a reporting standpoint, but do you have that number for Hidalgo County?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes, the total expenditure is the 15,935,000.
Okay.
The other ones are just different subcategories that they want us to report, so that's the reason why you see so many different numbers, but the final number is the 15 million.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are requesting approval to submit the 2024 tobacco settlement report to the Department of State and Health Services and approval for the county judge to execute the report.
So moved.
Second.
But our share is nowhere 15 million.
Say that again. These are the general fund expenditures for the unreimbursed expenditures.
I see. Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item 22A, Mr. Orista, Planning Department.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Item 22A, discussion, consideration, and action on the voluntary annexation petition application and checklist for the City of FAR to facilitate the annexation of Highline Road and a portion of South Veterans Boulevard by the City of FAR. Staff recommends approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 22B, pipeline permits. We have RGV Land Development. They have a proposed Los Prados Phase 1 subdivision. This is off of Mile 9 North Road and Baseline Road in Precinct 1. It's a 12-inch PVC sewer line that will be installed to connect the existing sewer manhole north of Mile 9 North Road. Staff recommends approval.
So moved. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, North Alamo Water Supply Corporation. This is for San Jacinto Estates number 15 subdivision off of Mile 11 North and Mile 2 West Road in Precinct 1. The proposal is to open up the section where the existing water services lines are, disconnect them from the existing 6-inch water line and extend them east to disconnect the new 8-inch water line installed by the San Jacinto Estates number 15 subdivision development. Staff recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners.
Item 23A, Commissioner Torres.
We are
For
taking no
item
action.
23A, on behalf of Commissioner Torres, there is no action to be taken. And for the record, there is a public participation form, but there is no action at this time. By Ms. Fern McClary. Thank you. Judge, we move on to item 24.
24A?
Yes. Mr. Soto?
Yes, am I on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Alex Soto, Junior Director of Budget and Management for the record. For item 24-1, I would like to present two reports. What you have there is the General Fund Budget Status Report and the quarterly report for fiscal year ending 2023. I will go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So what I wanted the purpose of this report, especially since it's just been, we're still in the audit process. I do want to first state that these numbers are taken taken based on reports that were ran in March 4th, and they're still, they're still unaudited. But I did feel I wanted to present to commissioners and the judge these budget versus actual reports in a timely manner. So for the most part, I believe these budget versus actuals will be. There shouldn't be much change or big differences when it comes to the final audited numbers. So this report is relevant and current. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll be starting with the major funds, and this one will be for the general fund. So what I want to highlight is for the general fund, revenues. Our revenues hit a target. Hit 7% more than our target. We raised $18 million more than what we have projected. Now, this is mainly due with higher tax collection rates. So you see here, more sales tax on the vehicle and state mixed drink tax were higher than anticipated. And another big one was interest revenue. We generated a lot more than anticipated and so for those three or four main revenue items account for the 7% increase of what we have originally projected. Now for expenditures on the general fund, we did hit our target at 82% of what we had, what our current budget was at 293. I do want to note that when compared to our original budget at 275, we had hit the target at 87%. And the reason for those savings, especially compared to the original budget around 35 million, was mainly due to use of ARPA funds in lieu of general fund. There was about 10.4 million of ARPA funds that we used. And that were originally budgeted at the general fund. We had budgeted budget savings for the Willacy County Jail operations, but we were slated for that to go online in this fiscal year. So there was budget savings there, and there was budget savings of around 4.6 million in personnel through vacancies. Now, when you compare the actual, we actually we were in black. We were in the black for actual revenues over actual expenditures, with a change in fund balance of 41 million. So our beginning fund balance was 80.9 million, and we are projected to end the year at 122 total fund balance in the general fund.
You want to repeat that again, Mr. Soto?
The last part on the fund balance?
On the fund balance, yes.
Yes, so we are projected to have an increase of our fund balance of 41 million. And with our beginning fund balance being at 80 million, we're projected to have an ending fund balance of 122. So we started the year with 80 million. We're projected to have an increase of 41 million to have a ending fund balance of 122. And I will go a little bit more in detail on the different categories of the general fund, different types of fund balances that make up this amount. And it will be in a couple of slides. Now, what I also wanted to provide was that usually what you see here, this one-page summary snapshot, is to capture, a condensed version of the revenues, and especially a very condensed version of our expenditures through function, general government, public safety. But what I wanted to show you was to show our expenditures in three different ways. The other one here is to show our expenditures at a department level. Now, the county actually has 76 reporting departments under the general fund, but I did condense them to about 30, so we could see here. And by condensing, meaning I put all the district courts together, I put all the county courts at law together, just as a piece. But you could see overall a different way to see these expenditures at the department level. And so is another way to view our expenditures. Another way I wanted to present to the commissioners.
Hey, Dago? Yeah.
Yes.
Dago, only because you have it up, and I'm sorry, Judge, real quick, it's not good to see. It's important to see the expense we have in sanitation, over $7 million. You know, we get criticized for trying to find a way to reduce that to next to zero like most cities do. And yet it's a glaring, extremely large item that we see in our annual budget, almost $8 million. Over 5 years, that's $40 million. 10 years, that's $80 million. But why we get friction on it and why we get resistance is baffling, especially when most cities break even, some cities even make money on that. We're losing $8 million a year. Go ahead, Judge, I'm sorry.
Oh, before you go on the one on the right, for budget and
Yes.
management,
Yes, Judge?
we spent 17 million more than what we budgeted. No, hold on. No, we spent, the variance of 17 million, is that a positive or a negative?
These are savings.
Yes.
This is what we did. This is what we did.
What did we budget that we didn't spend?
Mainly for the under budget management is it's the contingencies, and it was for like the Willis, what I had mentioned earlier. A lot of the savings were due to the Willis jail operations, and so we will have it there under contingency. We had it under budget and management, and if we did go online, then we would have transferred that budget to.
Yeah, well, we thought we were going to be in a courthouse and in a jail, and we weren't.
Correct.
Is that part of it? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, Judge. And then next, another two other ways I would like to show the expenditures, and we'll start from this year, is to actually show the expenditures at the type of expense, which as personnel expense, operating, other expenses, capital outlay, and transfers out. So you'll see obviously our highest expense type is personnel. It was a total, the original 173. I guess we projected some savings or some due to vacancies, and even at that we hit target at 97. So here you could see what the type of expense. Now obviously we knew it will be personnel, but you get to see it on comparing original, current, and the actual amounts. And also under function is it's kind of a more detailed version on this summary page where it says general government and public safety. This function is kind of breaks that out, and so you will see that the highest function, what we do at the county, as far as budget and what we actually and on general fund expenditures is under corrections, and by corrections is basically the jail. The cost associated with jail and room and board and personnel, and the second most highest ticket item is our judicial, all of our district courts, all of our county law courts, whatnot, and our third is our patrol, our police, and so you could see that when shown in this way, you could see the type of function, the type of expenses that the county has. So that's another way. Those are the other types of a way of seeing the operating budget, just so you could see it different ways. Even though they all say the same thing. The numbers always have to be the same, but you see it in different ways. And lastly, I did want to give a brief summary of the fund balance. So what I wanted to show here was a quick recap of projected ending fund balances for the major funds of the county. So I mentioned earlier that on the general fund we had a projected ending fund balance of 122 million. Now there are different categories to to a fund balance. So you have a non-spendable, restricted, assigned, and unassigned. Non-spendable are amounts that are dollar amounts associated with inventory, stuff that we have, on storage supplies or whatnot that you can't spend. It's not used yet, or any prepaid expenses. That's why it's considered non-spendable. Restricted are those special revenue, for example, the elections, and maybe some of the district attorney's offices probably have some state allowed, fees and revenue that we collect that are restricted for a specific purpose. It's in the general fund, but they are restricted for a specific use. Under assigned, assigned is what we do internally. It's not restricted by an outside agent or by outside or through a law. It's an internal setting aside of funds that are originally budgeted that haven't been completed yet. So for the most part, for this 19 million, it's our ongoing program with facilities management and IT and maybe some contingencies. So that's what makes up the assigned. But a good indicator is our unassigned fund balance. Our unassigned fund balance is 95 million out of the 122. And then you will see on our road and bridge, special revenue, funds, debt service capital, our workman's comp and our self-insured funds. These are the ending balances projected for the year end. Now, what I wanted to note for our general fund was that our general fund is projected to be at 122 million, which is actually 41% of our 2024 adopted budget, or 152 operating days. Last year we started with 80 million of our fund balance, and that was only 29% of our fiscal year 23 original budget, or 107 operating days. So we are projected to increase our overall fund balance of 41 million, or actually around 51%, and 45 additional operating days. So this is one good indicator. Usually, like when we get bond ratings or whatnot, the overall fund balance, this is a good indicator for our external reporting, outside investors. They would look at this. Now, from a managerial internal perspective, we like to look at unassigned fund balance. We projected to have end the year at 95 million, which is 32% of our 24 adopted budget, or 117 days. Compared to last year, our unassigned fund balance was 68 million, or 25% of the 23 operating budget, or 91 days. So we increased to 26 million, or about 39%, with an additional 26 operating days. Now, this is very good. We're projected to have just shy of 120 days. That seems to be the new standard across all Texas counties. Some have over 120 operating days of unassigned fund balance. Some have it 150. But we definitely increased it, which is good. This is our rainy day funds. I just want to make note of that and show exactly what we're projecting what the fiscal year end is going to look like, especially with the general fund. And so that constitutes the budget status report. Are there any questions before I go to the quarterly report, which shouldn't take that long? It should be a lot quicker.
But at the end of the year, we have contingent liabilities that are not recorded, correct?
The contingent liabilities, that's why we have it as assigned. So at assigned, since they're not, we project that we're going to use it for future use, something that we probably already budgeted or set aside, but they haven't been fully obligated. So we keep track of those, and we would put it under the assigned fund balance. We want to make sure that it's separate from the unassigned.
So is that what it is?
Yes, Judge. Yes, that's what makes up the 19 million of assigned. This is more of an internal designation to reserve or set aside general fund balance for future use that we know is coming up, or we know that we're expecting, and something that we probably set aside and probably haven't used it yet, but we're still making sure it's separate and it's not mixed in with the others, and especially we don't want to classify it as unassigned.
Any questions by anyone? I would thank you very much. This is a very helpful report.
Now, for the next report, I won't spend much time as this one. I would just want to show what the contents of what this quarterly report or what this quarterly report is. This is something that we will start presenting on a quarterly basis, and also make sure that these type of reports get uploaded to the county website. But for the most part, what this quarterly report, and we'll probably expand on this as time goes on, but I wanted to start here basic with the general fund and with the road bridge fund. And what you will see, what we want to show here are the major expenditures, a major expenditure analysis of the general fund, personnel adjustments, and the vacancy report with the general fund and with the road bridge fund. So just to give you an idea or a sample of the type of major expenditures, there will be, we will start looking at the countywide electricity cost. What we will be showing is comparing current year versus prior year, and in comparison to the overall budget. So you will see these tables and the graph for each of these major expenditures. So we will be showing that concerning the countywide electricity. We'll be showing that concerning general litigation. We'll be showing it as far also with our legal expenditures. Legal expenditures constitute public defense, child welfare, fair defense, and other public defense, probably indigent public defense. We will also be tracking room and board expenditures at the jail level and at the juvenile level. We'll also be tracking the cost of the visiting judges. Another major expenditure analysis, we'll be tracking countywide fire calls, tracking the cost of gasoline, fuel. And so those are for right now, those will be the major type of expenditure we'll be tracking. And as far as personnel reports, we'll be showing the quarterly activity of positions that were created and deleted. And so, for example, at the general fund, for this quarter alone, we increased 29, but we decreased 19. So there was a net increase of 10, and which is the projected fiscal impact. So that's one personnel stat report. Another one will be regarding personnel adjustments. I mean, it could be allowances or any pay plan adjustments. We'll keep track. We'll report those. And lastly, regarding personnel, we'll be showing a vacancy report at the department level. So you'll be able to look at a department, how many vacancies they have, how many are filled, total positions, and their current vacancy rate at the end of that quarter. And that will be the same for the road and bridge, position creation and deletions, personnel adjustments, and also vacancy report. So you will see that for the general fund and for the road and bridge. And then lastly, these are some reports we'd like to also show as far as collection will be the Justice of the Peace revenue collection reports. There'll be two parts to it. We will show a three-year comparison of actual collection reports and a monthly activity report across the 5 precincts and 9 places as far as the collection report. So as of right now, that will be what we will be reporting as far as quarterly report. Again, we will slowly build upon it. I'll probably get some feedback to see what to add, or maybe there were some things maybe an expense here and there might be too minor to track, but this is a work in progress. And again, something that I would like to start presenting on a quarterly basis. That constitutes the end of the true reports. If there's any,
Thank you.
I'll be able to answer.
Any questions?
I just have one comment. Thank you, Mr. Soto. While this information, we as administrators see daily, please thank your staff with respect to the hard work that goes into the tracking of these reports, as well as the analysis that goes behind these reports. I'm sure I'm speaking for all of us up here that it's truly appreciated, and so that also for the viewing members, so that they can understand essentially our finance in conjunction with the auditor's office, how this operates. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to 24B.
Yes. 24B. Okay, approval to de-obligate cash match funds and appropriate into countywide administrative contingency account in the amount of $75,393 in relation to the HAVA election security grant due to grant expiring and not being renewed.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We've
All right, no,
already
24C,
addressed 24C, 24D.
24D, 24D1. Requesting approval of our completed projects with budget set as per expended as seen as Exhibit A. So what we're asking here is the exhibit. We want to update the ending budget for these projects that were completed, and so that if there's any savings, we could go ahead and sweep those and put them to other accounts. So this is the purpose of this item, to set completed projects as their final budget.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Judge, Commissioners, we do have a public participation forum on agenda items 24D1 and 2. 24D1, Ms. Fern?
All right, the first one, you gave everything here, it looks like. It says Hidalgo County Premium Pay Program, $10 million. And then it goes down to the food bank contribution is $100,000. And then the COVID media campaign, we're paying almost $370,000. And the emergency ambulance, which is $887,000. The feasibility study, I believe that we just got a while ago, was $330,000, $466.75, and then it shows the wireless band. Anyway, all these total up on one page, and I would like to have y'all put the total there, because I had a hard time putting these numbers to get the line, but I came up with $59,709,146.35. When you put these out, and the one I really liked the best was the food bank contributions. I think that we need to do more there. And I don't know if there's anything y'all can explain with this, but that's fine. Okay.
We'll take the suggestion.
All right.
Thank you. Mr. Soto, 24D1? Oh, we have, Judge, my apologies. We do have the agenda item to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 24D2, Ms. Fern, public participation.
All right, now this one I was concerned about myself because I read the backup. I pulled it all up and was concerned. It says tens of thousands of families in Hidalgo County struggle to buy groceries every month. Dozens of food pantries try to provide. We couldn't understand why on the first one just now we're giving the food bank $100,000, and we're going to give this one organization that's only going to serve, I believe it tells in here, from Old 83 to Military Highway, $200,750 to help them build a bigger building and things. The public would rather see this go to the food bank, which will go out to all these 10,000 families instead of this. If this, it's a Catholic, I forgot what it's called, but I'm sorry, St. Joseph the Workers. And this is mainly talking about this $200,000 will be going to South McAllen. I have a problem with it going just to one area. Everybody in Hidalgo County should be benefiting from this. And it says on your front page, funds can be used for a broad range of services, including mass sheltering, mass feeding, associated to food pantry and food banks. So like I said, I would rather, and I'm hoping that y'all will look at something like this and put it at the food bank so that everyone, because I know we watch on the news and sometimes they say, oh, they're out of food, they're getting low. These are where we want to see our money go. So $200,750 needs to go to the food bank personally. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Soto?
Yes. I'll be reading 24D2, and I'll be reading A, B, and C. A, requesting approval to amend the Hidalgo County American Rescue Plan Act to Insecurity Assistance Plan. B, discussion, consideration, and action to include the assistance of St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church as part of the Hidalgo County American Rescue Plan Act Food Insecurity Assistance Program. And C, discussion, consideration, and approval of the Memorandum of Understanding between the County of Hidalgo and St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church with authority for the county judge as authorized official to sign the Memorandum of Understanding subject to legal review. Recommended.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item, 24E, approval to deobligate cash match funds and appropriate into countywide admin contingency in the amount of $162,853 in relation to the CJD PU cap grant due to it not being used. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I'm having a hard time understanding. Am I the only one having that? Maybe I need to go get my ears checked.
Sometimes it does get muffled.
Yeah, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, all right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to down at number 25.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners, Mr. Garza, Mr. Guerra. For the record, Ignacio Mezco from the Purchasing Department. 25A for Hidalgo County. 1A, acceptance and approval of pre-qualified firms submitting a statement of qualifications for the establishment of pools as listed on the RFQ accepting sheets attached here to for engagement to establish a statutory and local protocol on as needed basis per project by all county departments and all applicable programs requiring the following listed professional services. Project number 24-0001, description, engineering services, submission receipt 41. Project number 24-0002, description, architectural services, submission receipt 12. Project number 24-0003, description, surveying services, submission receipt 11. Project number 24-0004, description, geotechnical and construction material testing, submission receipt 7. And project number 24-0005, description, appraisal and or appraisal review, submission receipt 3. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 4.14 of the RFQ legal notice requesting approval to waive minor formalities and or technicalities. Recommend to approve.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Amezcua, Judge Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarty on item 25A2.
Well, we just wanted to question as to where this is going. It's talking about HVAC or HVAC filter changes and replacing some others, $111,424. And our question is it the new courthouse?
This is, yes, ma'am, this is the new courthouse, and it is within the construction contingency.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the previous action, I believe Commissioner Villarreal wanted to abstain.
Yes.
Could you take that abstention on the record? You need to rescind that action and reapprove it.
Yes, 25B4. No,
A1.
A1, sir.
Oh, my, okay, I also have it for B4, as well.
When you get to B4,
Okay.
you need to rescind the action on A1 and then approve with the abstentions.
Commissioners, if we get a motion to rescind?
So move. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And so under item 24A1, Commissioner Vial will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Isn't it 25A1?
25A1, I'm sorry, 25A1. Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes. Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And 25A1B?
Where are we?
25A1B.
Motion to rescind?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve? Right. With Commissioner Villarreal abstaining?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Radian abstained from any discussion or action on this item.
May I continue?
Yes.
2, discussion, consideration, and action to authorize Valdeguerra County Executive Officer to sign any and all related documents to effectuate the following contract contingency expenditure approval from Morganti, Texas, including but not limited to applicable change orders. Description CCAI EI 79, including potential change order 290 and potential change order 291, total amount not to exceed $111,424. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25B for Precinct 1. 1A, requesting exception from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Montgomery Code 262.024A4, a personal or professional services.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The presentation of the scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of Frames graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for surveying services, Hidalgo County Precinct 1, Hike and Bike Trail Project located within Precinct Number 1. Do you wish to rank in the order of their score?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional surveying service agreement commencing with the number 1 round firm of S2 Engineering for the surveying services, Hidalgo County Precinct 1, Hike and Bike Trail Project within Precinct Number 1. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, acceptance and approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Plan Organization, represented by the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council, the City of Huelaco, and the County of Hidalgo, by and through its Precinct 1. The purpose of this agreement is to establish the terms and conditions under which the city and the county will provide funding to the RGB-MPO for the engagement of a consultant to conduct a corridor study for the City of Huelaco within Hidalgo County Precinct 1, focusing on the area known as the Southwest Loop.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, acceptance and approval of the interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo, the City of Donna, and the City of Huelaco for the road reconstruction and improvement project for a portion of the Midway Road from Expressway 83 to Business 83, extending south approximately 3,300 total linear feet.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, in accordance with Texas Government Code 791.014, requesting approval of a project for road construction and improvement consistent of a portion of Midway Road from Expressway 83 to Venice 83, extending south approximately 2,300 total linear feet.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
For requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 between Hidalgo County and GDJ Engineering for professional engineering services for Beacon Lights project located in Precinct 1 to extend the termination date of said agreement. Recommend to approve.
For the record, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Villarreal abstain from any discussion or action in this item.
5A, requesting acceptance and approval of the final negotiated professional geotechnical and construction material testing service agreement with LNG Consulting Engineers for the Hidalgo County Juvenile Mental Health Facility as ranked and approved by Commissioners Court on February 20, 2024, agenda item 94050. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $23,954.20 for the geotechnical and construction material testing service for the Hidalgo County Juvenile Mental Health Facility with the authority to issue an notice to proceed. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25C for Precinct 1, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 2 between Hidalgo County and Terracon Consultant for geotechnical and construction material testing and observation for Terry Road, Rogers to North Branch Drain and North Branch Drain Crossing located in Precinct 4 to extend the termination date of said agreement.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting approval to award contract to Food Bank of Rio Grande Valley, the sole qualified respondent for use of space for food distribution services by a non-profit organization. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be pursuant to Article 4.14 of the legal notice, requesting authority to waive minor technicalities for submission requirement to the request for proposal received. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3, requesting acceptance and approval of the certification of construction completion from Rene Guerra and Son Holding for the Hidalgo County Head Start parking lot improvements with the final payment amount of $43,036.25, are recommended by project engineer RO Engineering.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25D for facilities management, 1, requesting approval to purchase 9 Train DX rooftop units through Hidalgo County's membership with the interlocal purchasing system from the Texas Chiller System, a total amount of $194,116. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25E for election department, 1, requesting approval to purchase 1 2025 Hino L6 foot box truck through Hidalgo County's membership with the interlocal purchasing system from Industrial Power, DBA Industrial Power Truck and Equipment, the total amount of $142,002.40. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25F for Sheriff's Office, 1, requesting approval to purchase refrigeration part and services for Hidalgo County Jail through Hidalgo County membership with Bible Purchasing Cooperative from Tari DBA Jeans Restaurant Supply in the total amount of $63,325. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25G for emergency management, 1, presentation for consideration, action, and approval to accept proposal from H2O Partners through Hidalgo County's membership and participation with Houston Galveston Area Council by Cooperative for the purpose of assisting Hidalgo County in updating and developing Hidalgo County Cancer Mitigation Plan, Drought Contingency Plan, any amount not to exceed $65,497. I recommend to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you. Have a good day,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Pursuant to Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code, will be retired to closed session to discuss items listed under closed section 551.071, .072, .074, and .087. I have a motion to do so.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 12:11 PM. Okay, we're back from closed session. I have 12:34 PM. We do have some action items.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge Commissioners. Under open session, item 28A, real estate acquisition appropriation for same, no discussion. No specific action to be taken. 28B, pending and/or potential litigation, no specific action to be taken. 28C, civil action number 722 CV 347, Paul Alexander Serrano versus Eddie Garza et al. Judge Commissioners, I'd like to refer back to item 27A and B. 27A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code, section 262.024A4, professional service for the provision of legal services, representation in connection with litigation. May I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 27B, engaging with the firm of Preston Hendrickson for the provision of legal services, representation in connection with litigation, and authority to submit letter of engagement subject to compliance with House Bill 1295 specific to civil action number 722 CV 247, Paul Alexander Serrano versus Eddie Garza et al.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And 28D, cause number C 1128-24-B, Alejandra de la Cruz versus Hidalgo County and Florencia Luna. Judge Commissioners, for the record, we will be assigning this to our District Attorney's Civil Division. Can I have a motion to that effect?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 28E, cause number C 5185-23-L, Antonio Sanchez versus County. For the record, we'll proceed as discussed in closed session.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
28F, cause number CL 23-1067-E, Nancy Leonila Rosales et al. Versus Hidalgo County. For the record, we will be assigning this to the District Attorney's Civil Division.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
28G, cause number C 1156-24-C, Margarita R. Sanchez et al. Versus County of Hidalgo et al. For the record, we'll be assigning this to our District Attorney's Civil Division.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
28H, cause number C 2820-21-C, Diana Ortiz versus Hidalgo County. There is no action to be taken this court session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, there's no
carries.
motion.
Okay.
No action.
Okay?
No
No
action.
action.
Oh, I'm sorry. No action.
No action. 28I, cause number C 5589-15-F, Hidalgo County versus Volkswagen Group of America, Inc., Audi of America, LLC, and Porsche Cars North America, Inc. Judge Commissioners, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion to accept in the settlement of a check made out to the County of Hidalgo in the amount of $74,896.51. That is the county's portion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And 28J, SM Medical Holdings Corporation as assignee of Hidalgo County Emergency Service Foundation, DBA South Texas Air Med versus Hidalgo County Adult Detention Center et al. Judge Commissioners, I'd like to refer back to item 27A and B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code, section 262A24A4, a professional service for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And 27B, engaging with the firm of Jones, Gallagher, Key, and Lozano for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation and authority to submit a letter of engagement subject to compliance with House Bill 1295 specific to SM Medical Holdings Corporation as assignee of Hidalgo County Emergency Service Foundation, DBA South Texas Air Med versus Hidalgo County Adult Detention Center et al.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, there is no action on item 29 and no action on item 30. Before we adjourn, we do have our next court session is scheduled for March 2nd, 2024, and that will be a morning session.
April 2nd.
April
April 2nd.
I'm sorry, April 2nd. April 2nd. apologies, April 2nd, 2024 is our next meeting, and that is a morning session.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.